ready to install all of these sensors into the NDK. We're going to start with the flow meter, and it's important to note that the flow meter has two O-rings on it, one at the very base of the collar and then one here. You need to lubricate these. The flow meter comes with a tube of lubricant. We're going to use this plumber's lube here, and you don't need much, just a little bit on each O-ring. Without this, the O-rings can break or come out of their channel on the flow meter, so make sure to lubricate them fully before inserting them into the T here. We're going to remove the black cap that comes on the T. So if you look inside the flow meter, you'll notice there's two keys on the meter itself. It's right inside here, and those correspond with the two notches on the flow meter mounting T. Make sure to line those up, and also make sure to note the flow direction on the flow meter. There's two arrows on the top. You want to make sure that those are pointing this way because that's the direction of flow through the skid. And it should slide down into the T, and you can start threading it. And as you thread it into the T fitting, you'll feel those keys on the flow meter slide into the notches on the T. It will kind of readjust itself as long as you get it pretty close to where they should meet. And once you feel it cinch up, no need to keep cranking on it. You do not need to put tape on the threads of the flow meter T. This is an O-ring, it's gasketed. You do not need tape on here to make a watertight seal. Next, Sean's gonna bring me the EC meter. This is a standard 3/4 inch pipe thread. Make sure to use 4 to 5 wraps of tape on this before inserting it into the manifold. And we'll simply thread that in right here and use a wrench. Don't try to use the head of the meter to tighten it down. You want to use these hexes because this is sensitive electronics that can break easily, whereas this part is meant to be torqued down. And right like that, we're good to do the next meter. Last but not least is our pH meter. This one comes in several pieces. It's very important to put this black collar onto the electronics, and then you'll see that there are pins that need to line up between these two pieces. This is probably the trickiest part of the assembly. You'll feel it kind of lock in. Twist the yellow collar about a 1/4 turn and you'll feel it click into place. Now the probe is secure in there, it can't go anywhere, and we're ready to install this one. But before we do that, same as the flow meter, we need to put a little bit of lubricant on the O-rings. Again, the box that the pH meter comes in will have a small tube of lubricant for this purpose. One other important note about the pH meter is it will come with a blue cap on it that's filled with liquid to protect it and keep the probe alive. We're going to leave this in place for now, just while we temporarily install the sensors. When it's time to pressurize the system with water though, you'll want to remove this cap. So you'll take it back out of the fitting, peel off the tape here, remove the cap, and then reinsert it in the water line. So just like before, we're going to line up the probes so that this label is facing forward and that these openings here are facing towards this pipe here. And we'll start threading it down. And as you thread it, you'll feel those two notches lock into place in the T. Last thing to be aware of with the pH probe is this yellow collar can accidentally get unlocked like that during this install. Make sure if that happens to re-lock it down. Otherwise this probe will not be able to communicate with the yellow electronics here properly and you won't get a correct pH reading. All right, that concludes the install of the sensors.